Training camp is officially underway for the Dallas Cowboys. And if you've been paying attention to what's been trickling out before the first full speed drills even start, there's already plenty to talk about before anyone's even lined up in pads. There's a wave of key storylines that could end up shaping the Cowboys' season and potentially their long-term future. It's not just about who's healthy or who looks fast in shorts. It's the stuff going on behind closed doors, on whiteboards, and in negotiation rooms. That might be even more telling than what happens on the field. One of the biggest talking points right now, Tyler Smith and the possibility of an early contract extension. Now, we know how this organization operates. Historically, they tend to take their time with these kinds of moves, often dragging things out until the last possible moment. But this one feels different. There's a subtle but noticeable shift in tone, and a few breadcrumbs being dropped suggest the Cowboys might actually be thinking ahead for once. There's been quiet chatter that they've at least opened the door to conversations with his camp. Nothing concrete, nothing official, but it's that coy "who says we haven't" type of language that always comes before something bigger in Dallas. And honestly, wouldn't it be refreshing if for once they got ahead of the curve? Imagine locking in a young star offensive lineman before the market explodes again, before other guards sign mega deals and reset the pay scale. Because let's be real, once a few other big names sign, the price for Tyler is only going up. It's already going to be expensive. There's no leverage here. He's young, proven, and getting better. The Cowboys can either pay a steep price now or pay an even steeper one later. Dragging it out isn't going to save them money. So, if they're actually trying to handle this business proactively, that's a rare and encouraging sign now. Let's shift to another area that's getting a lot of behind-the-scenes attention. The cornerback room. This is where things get tricky, because depth and availability are huge unknowns right now. While the team hasn't made any moves yet, there's buzz that they're keeping an eye on a couple of veteran free agents, and may wait until after they get a look at what they've already got in-house. That strategy makes sense. They want to evaluate their younger guys, see where Savion Rebel is health-wise, gauge if someone like Kelly Ringo or Israel Mukuamu can step up. They don't want to spend money or use a roster spot until they're sure they have to, but if these guys don't step up by the second or third week of August, that's when things start to get interesting. There are names floating around out there, experienced guys like Stephon Gilmore, who already has familiarity with the Cowboys system, and Mike Hilton, who's known for being a solid nickel corner with leadership qualities. Either one of them could come in and contribute immediately. But the Cowboys are walking a fine line here. Wait too long and those options might be gone. Jump too soon and you might stunt the development of a younger player who just needs a little more time. It's a balancing act, and the clock's ticking. Now, here's a name not enough people are talking about. Luke Schoonmaker. Remember him? The tight end who didn't really make waves in his rookie season. Well, there's quiet optimism building inside the building that he might finally be ready to take a step forward. He's had a full off-season this time, something he didn't get last year because of injuries. That alone puts him in a better position to compete. And there are whispers that he's been one of the more impressive players in the weight room this summer. That doesn't always translate to the field, of course, but it's a good start. What complicates things is the presence of Brevin Spanford, who's gotten plenty of attention as the new intriguing tight end prospect. He's been working with the first team, too, and fans are starting to wonder if he might leapfrog Schoonmaker in the pecking order. But the staff isn't ready to write Luke off just yet. With Jake Ferguson locked in as the starter, there's still room for a second tight end to make an impact, especially into tight end sets, which Dallas has used effectively in the past. Schoonmaker might not be a breakout star, but if he can become a reliable pass catcher and improve his blocking, he could carve out a significant role this season. And if he doesn't, well, his contract situation means the Cowboys could easily move on. The pressure's on him now more than ever. Speaking of pressure, let's talk about the offensive line. This might be one of the most stacked position groups on the entire roster, at least in terms of quantity. ESPN recently put out a projection that had 11 offensive linemen making the team. 11. That's a huge number. Some teams only carry 8. The Cowboys usually go with 9. Maybe 10 if they're dealing with injuries, so keeping 11. That suggests either a lot of confidence in their depth or some potential moves on the horizon. Maybe both. It's not just about numbers, it's about the kind of players they've got. This group is loaded with guys who either were draft picks or have real NFL experience. And that's rare. Most teams have a handful of camp bodies, undrafted rookies, or fringe veterans who aren't likely to make it. But in Dallas, outside of maybe one guy, every single lineman has a legitimate resume. That opens the door for trades. If you've got quality depth and other teams are struggling with injuries or thin rosters, you might be able to flip someone for a future draft pick, some names being floated as possible trade bait. Brock Hoffman, T.J. Bass, Robert Jones, Sadiq Charles, Chuma Edoga, guys who are on the bubble but still offer value. Hoffman in particular is interesting because he's probably the top backup center. If they move him, they need to feel really good about who's stepping in behind Tyler Biadasz. T.J. Bass is another one to watch. He's cheap, versatile, and played meaningful snaps last year. Those kinds of players don't usually sit on the bench for long without attracting interest from around the league. The Cowboys are going to have some tough decisions to make here, and it wouldn't be surprising if at least one offensive lineman is moved before week 1. Now, we can't wrap this up without mentioning the undrafted free agents. Dallas has built a bit of a reputation for finding diamonds in the rough after the draft, but this year's class is smaller than usual. Only 9 UDFA letters were brought in, which is well below their typical double-digit group. That could mean they're being more selective, or it could be a reflection of how much veteran depth they already have on the roster. Either way, 2 names are starting to stand out: Justin Barron and Elijah Clark. Both of these guys got significant guaranteed money compared to the rest of the UDFA class, which usually means the team has real interest in keeping them around. Barron, a linebacker who transitioned from safety, brings special teams value and could sneak into the back end of the roster as the 5th or 6th linebacker. Clark, meanwhile, is battling for one of the last safety spots right now. He's probably number 5 on the depth chart, but injuries or an impressive preseason could easily move him up. These are the kinds of players who may not be household names in August, but end up making key contributions come November or December. And here's the thing about depth: it wins games in the regular season and decides games in the preseason. With the kind of roster Dallas is building, especially in the trenches, this could be one of those rare years where they dominate August football. That might not mean much in terms of championships, but it gives your young guys confidence and sets the tone for the year. So, what we're seeing right now is a team that's quietly shifting gears from contract decisions to roster depth, from developing younger talent to evaluating veterans on the fringe. Every little move they make during camp is a piece of the bigger puzzle. This team isn't just trying to win games, they're trying to build something sustainable, something deeper than just a 1-year playoff run. Whether or not it works out remains to be seen, but the signs so far, they're intriguing. Very intriguing. Digging deeper into what this all means for the Cowboys quarterback room, the conversation is heating up quietly but steadily. Dallas is at a crossroads when it comes to adding quarterback depth behind Dak Prescott. Everyone knows Dak is the starter, the franchise guy. But the question is, who fills out the rest of that room and how much help do they really need? The Cowboys haven't made any blockbuster moves here yet, but the buzz suggests they might hold off until after preseason games to see what they truly have on the roster and what they might want to pursue externally. It's a smart approach, especially when you consider how important the backup quarterback can be during the grind of an NFL season. Injuries happen. Performance slumps happen. Having the right guy ready to step in without missing a beat can make or break a team's playoff chances. So Dallas is carefully watching, assessing the young guys on the bubble, and gauging how much experience or upside they might want to add with a veteran or a savvy free agent. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In what's shaping up to be one of the most electrifying whispers of the NFL offseason, sources close to the situation are hinting at a stunning development. The Dallas Cowboys may have locked in none other than superstar wide receiver Justin Jefferson. While no official confirmation has emerged, the buzz around league insiders and locker rooms is growing louder by the day. If true, this move would send shockwaves through the NFC. Jefferson, widely regarded as one of the most explosive and dynamic playmakers in the league, would instantly elevate the Cowboys' already potent defense to an entirely new level. Pairing Jefferson with quarterback Dak Prescott and standout receiver CeeDee Lamb could give Dallas an air attack feared by any secondary in the league. Speculation suggests that this surprise deal might have been in the works for weeks, with Dallas quietly maneuvering behind the scenes. with Jefferson reportedly seeking a fresh start and bigger market presence. A team like the Cowboys with their massive fan base and media spotlight could be an ideal fit for Dallas, still chasing its elusive return to Super Bowl glory. Adding a generational talent like Jefferson could be the missing piece, of course. Questions abound. What did the Cowboys give up in return? How will this affect the locker room chemistry? And perhaps most importantly, can Mike McCarthy's system fully harness the power of an offense loaded with this much firepower? One thing is certain, if the rumors prove true, the Cowboys' offense is poised to become a nightmare for defensive coordinators. With Jefferson in the mix, Dallas might finally have the arsenal to break through the playoff ceiling that has haunted them for nearly 3 decades. For now, fans across the league are left watching, waiting, and wondering, did the Cowboys just become the team to beat? That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.